The majesty of Super Smash Brothers. When it came out in 1999, I was dead excited. Allow me to tell you a bit about the story when I actually first got into the game. My cousin visited us, me and my family, and I was living in London at the time. And when my cousin came home with this game, I thought, wow, Mario, another Mario game? Because I've only just finished playing Mario 64 after hours and hours and hours, completing it again and again, and playing Mario Kart, not to mention, as well. And pretty much Super Mario Bros. 3 previously before the N64. And I was really excited about this Mario game that seemed a bit anonymously weird and new to me, actually. I thought, what is this game about? He said it's a bit like a fighting game. I think I remember him saying. And when he turned it on the N64, I was like blown away, because not only did it feature characters that I was actually aware of, like Star Fox from Lilac Wars, the Super Mario Brothers, and Captain Falcon from F-Zero, Luigi, as you know, these unlockable characters. As you know, we actually played the game. It was absolutely amazing experience to actually play this game. There was absolutely no question about it. I spent hours on this game. The feeling of actually just smashing out, duking out with characters like Donkey Kong, Mario, Luigi, and in these well-known sort of Nintendo worlds, it wasn't anything like I've actually played before in terms of a fighting game, because it was four players all on one screen and smash each other to pieces as much as you can, in a child-friendly manner, of course. But I guess you could say that as far as child-friendly goes, with throwing shells at each other, hitting each other with baseball bats, and using the likes of Kobe to ground pound on their head and everything. It was absolutely an undeniable, amazing experience. I remember exactly not too long ago, which was actually 1999, which is quite a while ago, pretty much almost 1.9 decades, or 20 years roughly. It was the fact that when my cousin actually told me that the game had to be taken back to the retailers that he actually borrowed it from, I was a bit sad, because I tried to hide the game underneath my pillow. I went to bed that night and I thought, no, this game is staying here. Woke up the next morning, I thought I'm gonna play some more Smash Brothers, and looked underneath and I thought, dang you, Tooth Fairy, type thing. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. I did not want to let the game go, because it was on for rent, and I actually, unfortunately, never actually did own the game. You know, but I did rent it for that week. And unfortunately, me being a gamer back then and being young as well, I didn't really understand how rented works. Uh, Truth be told, because I didn't really care. Because as soon as I got a game, I didn't want to let it go. I just wanted to play it until I completed it and got so far immersed into the game, and this was one of those games. What I really did like about Smash Brothers also wasn't just the fighting mechanics alone and the music that is added into world, because some of you actually may know me, and you know I love my video game music, and what this game inscribed into my memories as so happy to start playing on the Super Smash Bros. On the first one in the N64 was absolutely an unforgettable experience. I just wish I actually had a copy of the game, but unfortunately it was only for rent. The multiplayer experience was actually pretty amazing, actually, because mostly I think I played about just for me and my cousin actually played on it, really, together, and it was I spent hours on it. Can't remember how much, but me and my cousin, we had this good gamer bond going on. Well, we're family anyway, so we have a good bond anyway. But also with this specific game, as I said before previously, it was nothing like I ever played before. So when I actually saw that Nintendo characters fighting, I thought, this is something new. Can they please make another one? And they did, and so on, and it's still going on to this day, which is amazing. The controls of the game, it was pretty simple and basic. A and B did all the work, and you just had them moving, and you know, the receive buttons had their purpose. But the dynamicness of this game was pretty fundamental, with not only the way it's designed, actually, but like I said, with fighting games, how many times do you see that sort of format where it's four characters, not including wrestling, by the way, but in a way that is set in such a Super Smash Brothers type of way, where it's no violence and gore and nothing like that. Not to the extent of like Mortal Kombat, anything like that, but just the sense of just pounding the life out of your mates, everything. I have played the other versions of Super Smash Brothers, but this one, it's got to be my most favourite. It's not just nostalgia and because it's retro, but it's because of the fact of what that game gave me when I was little. It gave me such a rush of wanting to play it again and again and again. It gave me an overwhelming sense of that I really wanted to win of actually every character I went through that game. You know, I tried to be every different character in the game. My favourite probably on that the N64 version is actually probably Super Mario. Probably second to him, maybe Kirby, maybe. Yeah, I also remember some of the levels on there. The one that stood out to me because I was a Pokemon fan at the time, especially with the first generation of Pokemon, was actually the Pokemon stage. I'm pretty sure some of us remember what that stage looks like. I mean, it's like as if you're on a giant skyscraper and you can overlook the city on the little ledge right in the middle of the arena. You can actually see like different Pokemon come out and actually interact with everyone on the stage, like, you know, just hit you and everything. It was actually a pretty great experience, that was. Yeah, speaking about the Pokemon level, it was the level interaction was something new as well, which is what I really did love about the game. Not every level had its platforms and getting off and blowing them off stage and everything, but some levels had that. Well, the Donkey Kong level, for example, remember that little barrel that goes underneath left and right. You get lucky to like fall into that thing if in case you just can't get back up and you just miss the ledge and things. You can just counter now, boom, back up. I remember the F-Zero level. No, not F-Zero level. It was the level from Lilac Wars, Sector Z. And why I remember that level so much was because it looked exactly the same like it did in Lilac Wars. Bear in mind this is the N64, so they're sort of neighbours in terms of territory of gaming graphics, but it's also the fact that I spent hours on that level trying to actually get the master medal of actually trying to complete Lilac Wars on the N64, so that level stuck in my memory, and I remembered I liked playing in it as Fox McCloud. Every time I picked that level, I liked to pick him. If I was going to pick a Nintendo Super Mario type level, I'd pick Mario. If I was to pick that Pokemon level, it would have to be a Pokemon like Pikachu. This game actually provided me with such amazing experience in terms of what I actually liked in a fighting game. That was absolutely one of them. This game is probably, it's still, if I have a top 50 list of fighting games, that'll be included. This game, I feel like it's a bit underrated, even though it was the first one, right? Guaranteed the ones after it, we're going to try and make improvements. Have they improved? Well, they have. Some of them were. Some of them were better than others, but this one will always remain for me my most childhood favourite, my favourite to this day. This game is just groundbreakingly amazing. Thank you very much for watching my Virtualspective on Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64. What are your memories of it? Do you have good memories? If you had sort of a retrospective or Virtualspective, or like my Virtualspective, but a retrospective of this game, did you even get to play it? What Smash Brothers was you even introduced to? Do you have fond memories? If you could rate this game out of a 10 or even a 5 out of 5, what would you rate it? Because me, I probably actually would rate it 10 out of 10. Reason being because that game was so diverse and something new, and it did itself justice. It was absolutely brilliant, especially on its first time of actually saying, you know what, instead of Dragon King the fighting game, bring in Nintendo characters. Boom, took risk, achieved. Take good care of yourselves, fellow gaming minions. I'm Dr. Virtual. I look forward to hearing from you on the comment section or in a video response. I don't mind. I'm a retro gaming. Live on.
Super!